Today on Suncoast View, it's our Mother's Day show. We're celebrating with our favorite moms and stories and everything to make everyone's Mother's Day special.
And we have just what mom needs when Michael's wine cellar brings his favorite bottles for tasting and gifting.
And sounds of the silver screen and beyond fill the Sarasota Opera House this weekend. We'll get a preview. All that and more right now on Suncoast View.
Welcome to the show and welcome back to Kathy Carson Freeman. Great to have you with us.
Great to be here. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. And of course, Kathy is Linda's daughter, so here to help us celebrate Mother's Day and a mother of her own.
Of course, people confuse us for sisters all the time.
Sure. yes,
and so it begins.
Notice we put the two of them together. I sat over here because this is going to be fun.
Absolutely. There's nothing better than the mother-daughter relationship aired in public.
Right?
You notice that neither my mother nor daughter are here because they were both too scared to come on and do this. So you
Or too smart, maybe.
Or
Yeah,
yes, it
I
could
would
be.
say that's
it
probably
could be
what
or
it
too smart. Kathy's like, yeah, I'm in trouble here. But of course, Linda is not only just a mother, but a very proud grandmother. So Kathy, you will always get credit for helping make her a grandmother as well.
Yes, and of course I'll always brag about my kids too. So we'll go with that. She's a great grandmother.
We agree on the cutest kids ever.
Definitely.
Yes.
All right, well, we have picked up some photos that we wanted to share with you. And this is Linda's family back in the day. So, Linda, I love the dynamics because you and I share a lot about blended families. Set the scene for what's happening here.
Okay, this is on the program for the Steelers game. Back in 1973, I guess.
No, I was born in '76.
Okay, so this might have been 78.
Okay, somewhere along there, Kathy was about one at the time.
Wow, Mom.
We have a blended family. So that the person on the left is my stepson Cliff, who is not happy about having to be in the picture. That's my son Gary in the middle, who thinks it's all very hilarious and he's bored. He wants to get back to the computer. And Dana's always very nice. And Kathy is sitting there with her hand in her mouth so she won't say what she's thinking. I'm sure. And Bud just says, "Get this over."
Yeah, Bud looks like he just wants to pose. But see, Dana No, it's your son and Dana, our stepchildren, but yet they were close and quite happy in the picture.
Yes.
There was only one holdout.
And it changes.
Who the holdout is. Yes,
yes,
Linda
yes.
has gotten me through blending families, that's for sure.
Yes, we all make it through the end. And that last picture was Kathy when she was 3. Then, okay.
No, I don't know if we can trust her recollection.
But what a great picture. You both look gorgeous. She doesn't look 3, though. I bet you
I like the way I looked in the picture, so I chose it.
You do look amazing.
Kathy, not so
Oh,
much.
another one where she looks fabulous.
She's so fabulous.
We were talking about taking your kids to work. I was doing the weather in Pittsburgh at the time, and quite often I would have to take Kathy to work with me, and she would stay in the weather office while I went on the air, or I'd take her
My
in.
hand in my mouth again.
And then as an adult, you had to take her to work, too.
Well, she worked here, then she worked in Jacksonville, so this is Jacksonville.
Yeah.
I visited up there and told her what to do. It's a lot of fun for me.
And then she went to law school to escape being told what to do.
Well, she had already been through law school, so she knew how to talk her way out of it. Okay, this is everybody I gave birth to and who they gave birth to. So this is my son Gary and
that's a
Kathy.
cool picture.
So I gave birth to them, and then they gave birth to the rest of
Well,
these children.
Gary didn't really give birth, but we'll let
He
them
was involved.
half the credit.
He was involved. We'll say that.
That's Jungle Gardens at Christmas time.
Which you still go to, right? Every year?
Every year, because they make awesome pictures, and it's fun for the kids. And they can make noise.
Yes.
Well, I thought I looked good in that picture.
Well, it's funny. All those pictures you looked really good in.
I
How
went
weird.
carefully.
That's what happens when she gets to pick. She's no dummy.
I'm gonna find one where you have your hand in your mouth.
Or over her mouth.
Just for payback. Just for payback.
Exactly. All right. Well, it's great to have you with us. We're going to have a lot of fun celebrating Mother's Day. And another mother we love to celebrate with joins us in the kitchen today, Paulette from the Spice and Tea Exchange. What are we making?
We're going to do a curry salmon using some really different, unique spices. We're going to do an herb sesame asparagus as well.
Oh, okay. That sounds good. And we're celebrating Mother's Day with a tea. Is that correct?
Yes, that's our Mystic Dragon. So we're calling this is our iced watermelon green tea.
Ooh.
So it's the Mystic Dragon, which is a Japanese, sencha, and Chinese dragon well. It's a nice combination.
Wow. And I
we
like the
put
watermelon accent. That's really cute.
Yes, so it has some watermelon juice and some raspberry sugar in it as well.
Oh, it
And for
tastes
Mother's
good.
Day, you could add a little touch of Prosecco if you like.
Oh, well, Joey, what a great
I think
idea.
Mom would appreciate that, and so would anyone who has a mom.
And that pretty much includes everybody, so we're in good shape
Prosecco
here.
does not discriminate.
It does not. That is very true. All right. Well, speaking of moms, we brought some pictures to share of our moms who are not able to be with us today. Joey, tell us about your mom.
That's my mom, Suzanne. She lives up in Syracuse still. She comes down to Florida every once in a while, but my mom is characteristic for being brassy and, you know, a little, I don't want to say ballsy, but I'm going to say ballsy.
Yeah? Good for her.
She's done everything from she was the head of local government to she taught kindergarten, she leased cars, she ran a strip club. I mean, she's done.
Oh, wow.
My mother.
Why didn't you call me?
She does not have a boring life, and she still doesn't. So,
That's
yeah,
great.
That's my
Great.
mom.
Good for her.
Yeah. So happy Mother's Day, Mom.
Aw, that is awesome. Well, and my mom is here on the Suncoast and actually lives just a couple of miles away. So always been nice to share my adult life with her. This was at our wedding 3 years ago. So we are going to have a quiet day on Mother's Day and probably go kayaking and do a little crafting because we got a graduation party to throw. And then those are the two that made me a mom, Reagan and Ryan. And they're going to have to suck up and do what I tell them to on Sunday because it's Mother's Day. I've already warned them.
Well, I know that your mom watches the shows, so happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day.
Yes, have a wonderful day. You're kayaking with her?
Yes, she loves to kayak. So, and I just like to be outside. So we're gonna give it a try. We're gonna try to grab a teenager too. I may have stories Monday if I make it, if I make it back. So we'll see how it goes. All right, it is time for our first hot topic, and it is National Nurses Appreciation Week, and we desperately need more skilled nurses on the Suncoast and all across the Tampa Bay area. By 2025, experts anticipate the Tampa Bay area will face a severe shortage of nurses with bachelor's degrees, and if this is not addressed soon, it could cripple the state's healthcare system. So the shortage can be attributed to baby boomers, retiring nurses, and of course our growing population. Experts worry that the Tampa Bay area will see more crowded ERs, more medical errors, and increased mortality rates. So the Suncoast Nursing Action Coalition is working to address this problem by trying to recruit more skilled nurses and providing scholarships. Why do we think people aren't going into nursing at the rate we need them to? I mean, talk about job security.
Yeah, really.
But it's also a very hard job.
Yeah.
Lives are in your hand. We always kid around and say, well, if we make a mistake, nobody dies. Well, if a nurse makes a mistake, somebody dies. So it's a great responsibility. They work long, long hours. It's physically hard. So I can see why.
I think in this case, female empowerment has hurt the profession a little bit because, you know, I've got the graduating senior group I know well. A lot of these girls are headed off to school not to become nurses, but to become physician's assistants, or also then with hope of going on to med school because the salary's better. The work, I mean, yes, you have to get through med school, but PA is a very popular choice because they make more money than nurses do.
Well, my step-grandson is a nurse, and he loves it. He's a good-looking young guy who was a great football player, can lift heavy loads, so he can carry patients around, and he's specializing in oncology, and this is just something he really enjoys.
Yeah. Well, and in this case, too, it's like you could pursue being a physician, but then you're going to have all of that student debt.
Yeah.
Whereas nursing jobs are there. They're there right now, and they're there all shifts if you want to work overnight.
And they're paying for college.
Yeah.
SMH is helping people pay for bachelor's degrees right now.
And it's also an industry that technology will not replace a nurse. I think we can all be pretty confident. Yes, there's technology that they'll be manipulating, but it's not going to replace that actual position.
Well, I will say my niece is going to school right now to be a nurse at USF. So
okay, good.
More coming.
Good. We'll take all we can get. Keep her here too. Okay, she can't leave. Well, as we celebrate moms this weekend, a painful reminder that it is not exactly fair to be a mom in the United States. Around the world, most employed women automatically get paid maternity leave, and in most wealthy countries, they also have access to affordable child care. The U.S. is one of a handful of countries worldwide that does not mandate paid maternity leave. Listen to the other 4 nations, if you've heard of them: Lesotho, Liberia, Papua New Guinea, and Swaziland. Paid parental leave and child care help women stay in the workforce and earn higher wages over time. So this lack of parental leave and child care may explain why the U.S. is no longer a leader in women's workforce participation. I will try to stay off my soapbox. This infuriates
I
me.
could go on forever and ever on this one. But I mean, I know people, lawyers, that went back to work 3 weeks after they had a child. You know, simply they didn't have that money saved, they didn't have the time off.
Yep.
I mean,
And I know women, because I had my children a little bit younger, that were lawyers and stepped out of what was going to be a very promising career, and they were so educated because childcare was simply too expensive. They weren't on the partner track yet. They were still trying to bill hours, and they simply couldn't do it and afford the childcare. So they walked away from a law career.
Yeah, that happens to so many women. I mean, I was fortunate in that I had kids a little bit later.
Right.
But I mean, I know.
And you have mom.
Yeah, exactly.
I was working.
She was working. She works all the time.
Right.
Well, what's the alternative if you don't have the leave that you're trying to get the moms back to work sooner? And I don't understand why an employer would want that. Why would you want an employee who has something much more important on their mind at home, as opposed to giving them the leave and then getting them back to work when they're fully present?
Right.
And childcare is
ridiculous.
so expensive.
Ridiculous.
I mean, even the cheapest childcare is still just, it's an entire full-time job's worth of
hundreds
money.
of dollars a month.
Yeah.
Yep.
I went back to work 10 days after she was born. Of course, I was doing the weather in Pittsburgh, so it wasn't a hard, long-term job. I just took my little basket with the baby in it and went to work. And
I feel like there's probably rules against that.
It might not be looked upon so well now, but
I know that we have identified this as being important on the Suncoast, like down in South County. They just opened up that child care center for employees at PGT, I think.
Yes.
And then also in that area. So it's a
it's
baby
got to come
step.
from the top. It's got to be a government policy across the board. But to have the United States be in the list of those 4 low-income, impoverished countries as the only accomplished country that doesn't have any benefits like that, it's, not good. Remember that when you vote. All right, well, Girl Scouts in Tennessee are trying to launch a new national holiday, National Working Mother's Day. And they're celebrating it today, May 11th. The girls are working with local businesses to get the word out and celebrate hardworking moms in their area on social media with hashtags and special offerings. One survey found that the average working mom, and by working we mean outside of the home, because obviously all moms work hard, they log 98 hours a week when you combine their job duties and then their family duties. And these young Girl Scouts seem to get it. They know that all moms work hard to keep their families afloat.
my mother worked, and I was so proud of her. Back in my day, we're talking about the 50s and the 60s, she worked, and I was so proud that I had a career mother. Now, she worked at Sears, but I thought this was so cool, and I've always worked all my life, but I just thought she was the greatest thing ever because she had a job.
It's hard. I have always worked, but I have always worked, because it's television, different shifts.
Right.
So that I used to say I could play both sides of the card. I could go to work and be a morning anchor and come home at 10 a.m. exhausted, and then pack up the preschool and go to playgroup with all the other moms and act like all I had to do was playgroup.
Yeah.
And that was exhausting, to try to play both sides of it.
I've always worked, and I've always worked in a way that I couldn't play both sides of it, you know. And I love this idea, because there's so many times where they'll have like moms with small kids events, and there are times where I'm at work
They're
because
at noon.
they're geared towards women who are home, you know. So I love the idea of doing something that women who work could
And
attend.
schools have gotten better, like in the 18 years since I've had Reagan, which is very frightening to say out loud, by the way. Hold on, I may need a moment. But I remember when she was young, it seemed like everything was a Mother's Day tea at 10 a.m. and you were constantly not going. Now I see a lot more things in the evening. The percentage of dual income families, because it costs so much to live now, is a lot higher.
Yeah.
So I do feel like the schools are doing a better job, you know, making it a little easier. Because there's nothing wrong with being a working mom, but a working mom shouldn't have to miss out
On all the things.
Well,
other
I
things.
do a lot of times, because they have events for Leo and Lila while I'm on this show, and
Yeah.
I can't
well,
go.
I went to Muffins for Mom at 7:30 this morning, so they
Yeah, but
had something
7:30 is
that-
better than 11:30.
Oh, it was perfect. It was.
Yeah.
I could go.
That's
you know?
working mom
Yes,
friendly.
Exactly.
My mom always worked, and we were latchkey kids, and we would let ourselves in, but she was always a phone call away.
Right.
And of course, this was before cell phones, so I always knew the receptionist or whatever job my mom worked at, and it was like, okay, Joey, hold on.
Okay, but your mom left 4 boys at home. And
Oh,
let me
yeah.
tell you, since
Oh.
I have 4 boys at home, I can only imagine what was going
She
on.
replaced lamps a lot. I will tell you that.
Awesome. All right, well, if you're thinking about giving mom flowers for Mother's Day, consider this 2-for-1 gift. It is a flower pot wine dispenser. Kathy, you would love this, because you can hide the wine in here. This is actually a thing you can make. It is on the Food Network website. Look it up. But here's the basic gist. So you take a box of wine, and by the way, those have gotten fairly high quality, so don't be grossed out. You use the sealed bag that's inside the box, cut a hole in your flower pot, and then attach the bag to a spigot and you have the gift that never stops making Mom happy. You end up with wine on tap, and it is hidden under some flowers.
Why do you have a flower pot in the refrigerator?
I know. Why is Mom always tending to that one plant?
Wow, Mom's really worried about the pot I gave her.
She's just got a green thumb, my mom. I love them.
And then you won't hear the clink when you go back, because I'm always very careful opening the refrigerator so that some kid doesn't yell, "Are you having wine? It's only 2 p.m. or something."
Oh, being a mother's wonderful.
Yes, it is. Teenagers, they know a lot. All right, we're going to check in with our happy hour forecast. And when we come back, we're going to keep the laughs coming with this week's McCurdy's Comedian. This weekend's McCurdy's comedy headliner is fresh off her latest Netflix special, Hormonal Beast. How appropriate for Mother's Day. We welcome Lynn Couplets. It's great to see you.
Hi, thank you.
Oh, it's great to have you here.
It's nice to be here.
Now, are you talking about other hormonal beasts, or is that a self-titled look at humor?
Self-titled. That's me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the hormonal beast. But my mother was too. Like now, I empathize. I look back and I'm like, oh, she wasn't crazy. She was in menopause. Like, that makes perfectly good sense.
What kind of crazy are we talking here?
Like I do it in the act. There was a time when my mother threw luncheon meat at the dog and was screaming and crying, "I'm just a sandwich maker to you people. Nobody loves me." And it was because we ate all the turkey. We left bologna and salami, which my mother calls the cheap meat. And she said we were treating her like she was cheap meat. And at the time I thought, she's nuts. But now I'm like, she's spot on. Spot on. Spot on. We didn't think about her. We didn't care what she ate. We just...
I have uttered every one of those phrases, so I think we all understand.
Yeah, I was just thinking, I'm not going through menopause, but I sound like that sometimes.
Oh, if that's what you're like normal, just wait till menopause comes. You have a lot to look forward. It is great. Like I was saying last night, whenever you see a woman, I can't do it because I'm mic'd, but with one arm out of the jacket, give her some wide berth. Because that lady is going through a change. She has no religion anymore. She doesn't care. She will ruin you. Because I know my last days are going to be in an institution. I don't know if it's going to be a mental hospital or prison, but either way, I'm going to braid hair and do crafts. I'm looking forward to it. Sounds peaceful.
It does, in some ways. So you actually grew up right here on the Suncoast.
I did. I grew up in Sarasota.
Oh, nice.
But when I was here, it was a palmetto bush. We didn't have it. It was nothing. I mean, we were talking about it in a car. I'm like, I remember being in school and learning. We have to learn about how to run from a boar. And
They don't teach that in our schools anymore.
I live in New York now for 20-something years, and recently there was a road to my apartment. I was having a little party, and somebody said, "Lynn, come here," and showed it to me like it was a big appalling. And I just walked. I used a napkin so they wouldn't be completely grossed out. But growing up in Florida, I just grabbed it. I said, "Doesn't even fly. Relax." Threw it out. Like, we don't care about things like that here. You deal with some hardships when you live in Florida. But and I don't have children. So I'm a doggy mother. I have a little 16-year-old Yorkie who's like an abusive Italian man trapped in a dog suit. And all my love and money and everything. I don't know how you do it with real children. And I really don't know how you look beautiful with real children and grandchildren and you still look beautiful. I don't know. I mean, I put a real bra on today. That was about it. And my breasts feel aggressive. But I tried to do my this right now is because this is poor poor woman's Botox. 'Cause all the money goes to the dog, so you get bangs.
Well, you said aggressive. Now, we heard there's a story about when your mom swore in front of you.
Oh, the first time she
Yes.
said the F word. I've only heard my mother say the F word 3 times, and only once to me. And my mother, growing up my whole life, my mother hates a scene. She never liked, I'm out of the house, in the house. She didn't care what the dog or my dad, oh, well, that's my mom. And, but she doesn't care what, you know, but as a kid, she really hated a scene. And I was when I came back from college the first time, my mother said, I don't know who you are. You know, you come back, test the boundaries, but I was right before college, and we got in some argument about college or something, and I went out the front door on a Saturday just screaming, I can't live like this, out the front door. And I just remember, my mother's name is Lynn as well, but it's Lynette, and I just remember Lynette watching her go through through the window, and I'm and people are mowing and watering the garden, and I'm just crying because I was hormonal too, in a different way, younger. And the garage door opened, and my mother stood in the garage, and she looked right at me and said, "Get in, ducking house," the F word, and I mean right at me, and I was like, "Oh no." My foot crossed in that garage, and her hand went straight out and pulled me in. And my father hit the door, and the door just came down.
The neighbors are probably like, well, it's going to be good in there.
But, you know, it was in Sarasota, in Florida, so the neighbors like, it's about time. Whooping for that one.
The family memories we all have, and lots of laugh with Lynn. You can see her all weekend through May 13th in the Curtis Comedy Theater. Visit their website for tickets and information. All right, coming up next, some tunes you'll recognize to entertain Mom this weekend.
My name is Luke Perry, and I am 1 million strong. I'm in the fight against colorectal cancer because I believe we can win it. Colon and rectal cancers are the second leading cause of cancer deaths among men and women in the U.S. Colon cancer is preventable. Know the risk factors and make sure to get screened. There are simple, take-home options available. Take control of your health. Screening for colon cancer isn't embarrassing. It can be life-saving. To find out more about your options, visit fightcrc.org.
Experience the Classical Music Celebration May 11th and 12th at the historic Sarasota Opera House. World-class musicians include guitar duo Charisma, currently touring with Andrea Bocelli. Tickets available online or by phone.
Judy here, I think hospice was a tremendous source of support for her.
Absolutely. With Jennifer and Kimberly and Liza's constant contact with us, coming in, just knowing that there was someone with knowledge there to back us up, to answer our questions, it made a world of difference.
I actually started playing the game at 11 years old, so I started a little bit later than most players. But I was actually raised on Fighting Joe. The value here at Robert Trent Jones is unsurpassable. I mean, I have looked to other places. I've traveled all the way across the country. Everything is perfect as far as everything is the golf course, the rolling of the greens. Everything that I've encountered has just been absolutely incredible. And for the money that you spend, for the value that you actually get, it is unsurpassable. I'd recommend it for anybody.
My credit score was not that great.
I didn't understand what went into my credit score.
It was overwhelming.
Do you want to attain better credit health but don't know where to start? Credit Sesame can help by providing you a free credit score.
I love the app. It's so easy to use. It's like having your own financial coach.
Credit Sesame broke my credit score down into things that I understood, and it made me think, I can do this.
And the awesome thing about Credit Sesame, it's free.
It's 100% free.
You don't need to go it alone. Get started today at creditsesame.com.
Serving part-time as a soldier in the Army National Guard can give you a head start on your career. Gain practical experience with technology and equipment to get an edge in the civilian world. Learn about the paid training and career opportunities available to you at nationalguard.com.
It's showtime. That's the name of the annual Artist Series Mother's Day concert at the Sarasota Opera House. And if you want to see Mom smile and clap her hands, take her to that concert. Joining us are two of the stars, soprano Jennifer Sheehan and Tad Suzeski. He is the executive director of the Choral Arts Society of Washington, D.C. We're so excited to have you guys here.
We're excited to be here.
Thank you for coming. We can see you close up now. So tell me about this concert.
Well, we're really excited. This is all a concert celebrating music from the movies, classic movies, everything from songs from 1917, 1935, Jeanette MacDonald, Nelson Eddy, all the way to classics that we know and love now. It's really going to be quite a kaleidoscope of fantastic music sung by ourselves and also by the choral artists of Sarasota.
Oh, it sounds so exciting. And you both are very well trained performers, and Tad, you are also a choral director. You guys, tell me some places you guys have sung now.
So I've sung at the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C. with the National Symphony Orchestra, and then a few of the opera companies there as well. And then I travel all over the country. As we get hired for gigs as musicians, that's what we do.
And you've been some pretty impressive places.
I have. I've been fortunate to perform at Carnegie Hall as a guest of Michael Feinstein and Radio City Music Hall and Cafe Carlisle in New York. I do a lot of my own shows as well that have taken me around the country too.
So tell us about the song you're going to sing for us.
So we're doing something called Will You Remember? It's a Jeanette MacDonald and Nelson Eddy duet. And it is actually, she has passed away, and it is the memory of her and our love together.
Well, while you guys walk over there and get ready for this, I want to tell everybody where they can see it, because this would be a great place to take Mom. It's the Artist Series Concert of Sarasota. It is going to be Sunday at 3 p.m. at the Sarasota Opera House. And our very own Joseph Holt, the artistic director of the Artist Series, is going to join you on the piano. So take it away.
Oh, love is so sweet in the springtime when blossoms are fragrant in May.
Oh, years that are coming can bring time to make this my dear come day.
I love you in life's gray December,
the same that I love you today. My heart ever young will remember the dream it knew
that day in May. Sweetheart, 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 will you love me ever?
Will you remember this day when we were happy in May, my dearest one? Sweetheart, 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 though our paths may sever, true life's that faint ember, will you remember? Springtime, love time, May.
Mom will love it. The Artist Series Concerts, annual Mother's Day concert. It's Sunday, May 13th at 3 p.m. at the Sarasota Opera House. Go to the website artistseriesconcerts.org. Just a little bit more music before we go to the break, please.
Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you.
Rugs as Art. You know the name, you know the building, but do you know what's inside? Yes, Rugs as Art is Florida's #1 area rug superstore, but there is so much more. Amazing furniture, accessories, and art. All this and more. Come see for yourself. You'll love our personal touch and be pleasantly surprised by our affordable prices. Rugs as Art and more. There is so much more to explore.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Dotoli Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to mesobook.com.
Hey kids, come learn baseball from the pros. The Bradens and Marauders are hosting baseball camp on June 5th, 6th, and 7th at Lecom Park. Boys and girls ages 6 to 14 will learn the fundamentals of hitting, pitching, and fielding from Marauders coaches and players at Lecom Park. Your camp fee includes a t-shirt, lunch daily, and 1 ticket to the Marauders games on these nights. To sign up, go to BradensandMarauders.com by May 14th. Sponsored by ABC7, your Suncoast News.
The skills you develop as a soldier in the Army National Guard can give you a head start on your career. Gain practical experience with technology and equipment that will give you a leg up in the civilian world. Learn critical leadership skills and to be part of a team. Serve your community and your country part-time while earning money for an education. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn about the paid training and career opportunities available to you in the Army National Guard.
We've all heard how military veterans adjusting to the civilian world may have certain issues.
30. 78.
If only everyone had this issue. No matter what challenge they face, Easter Seals is here for America's veterans.
The thing that bugs me about younger drivers is you go too fast and you follow too close.
I think anyone who lives on the Suncoast knows the real problem is older drivers. They go so slow and they never seem to know where they're going.
This is our Mother's Day celebration, and we're seeing footage from Linda and her daughter Kathy when they worked together right here at ABC7. All right, Linda, you must have been thrilled when Kathy decided she wanted to work here, but Kathy, you signed up for abuse from your mother at the office.
Not so much abuse, but like constant picking, you know?
I think it's amazing. Did it ever bother you?
No, she's pretty easy. I mean, she's funny. And she can be a little annoying, but but she never bothers.
But when I found out she was dating somebody here, then I really got interested because nobody was telling me. So then I was spying to find out what was happening.
Yeah, maybe I was more irritated back then. Maybe I've blocked.
You were a brave girl, though. Not only to work at a place your mother is renowned and has been for years, but then to date someone there too.
Well, I married him.
It worked out.
Mother and daughter working together is a perfect segue to our next segment. Well, moms are endlessly giving their time and energy to take care of everyone else, so sometimes you have to encourage mom to do something for herself. And that can include sitting down with a great glass of wine. Sometimes a glass of wine is needed when you work with your mom. And luckily, Sean King, director of wine at Michael's Wine Cellar, is here with some great gift suggestions. We're glad that you're here. I'll be honest, everything I know about wine I've learned on this show and through some personal exploration. But I'm definitely someone who kind of chooses by the label and the price tag. So of what you brought today, what do these wines have in common?
You know, I brought them because I think all of these wines can be mom fun because they go well with food and they're also delicious to just drink by themselves.
Which is often how mom does it.
Yeah, and along those lines, one of my favorite food combinations in the world is really good champagne and fried chicken.
And
I know
that's amazing to me.
with moms knocking out chicken tenders for their kids, and good champagne, they have a reason now to eat chicken tenders too.
I love this. So when you make the chicken tender for the kids, you pop a little bubbly
and fried
make
chicken
it an
recipes
event.
just went up on the Suncoast. All right, so you brought us a champagne to start.
I did.
So tell us about this.
So this is from a producer named Philippe Gonnet, and it is from an area in Champagne called Les Menil, and that is far and away the best area to grow champagne
Very
in Champagne.
drinkable, very smooth.
And it's beautiful, and I love these kinds of wine glasses for champagne because when you're drinking good wine, the bubbles stay small and they smell better longer.
Okay, so don't feel like you need to use a flute.
You don't. I actually prefer not using flutes.
I love that
and
advice.
it's also, to Michael Klauber, it's easier to get your whole nose in the glass.
Yes, which is, he taught Linda.
He
and
did.
Linda always
And
did.
I was telling Jamie a while back, and I said, I look at it when I put my nose in and people look at me and I go, you know what? I'm about to start a relationship with this glass of wine. And I'm going in for the kiss. And if she says yes, then I'm drinking the whole glass.
I love that.
Mine said yes.
There you go.
Just saying.
And great with fried chicken.
I
stuck
think so
on
too.
that.
And there's
I
a
love
piece
that.
of chicken tender down here. And please try, because it's good.
I love this. Steph, you're closest. Take
Oh,
a
all
bite and
right.
tell us how it goes.
All right. I'm going to take a little bit off the end.
We're all waiting to see how
Everybody
this
all right.
experiment turns
Chicken
out.
tender.
Wash it down with some bubbles.
There it goes, there it goes.
Yes.
Ooh, it mellows the bubble.
Wow.
I agree.
Smiling.
I agree.
I'm going to have to do some personal research on
Yes,
this. with
right.
multiple bottles.
Toddler dinner just got better.
I think the challenge with with champagne specifically, I wish people drank it more, and I will drink champagne all the time because it's delicious. And specifically with champagne, it's not a matter of what you find to eat with it. It's what doesn't go well with champagne.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
You know?
Okay. Good to know.
I don't want to move on from champagne, but I know you also brought us some rosé. So let's talk. Linda is a rosé fan.
I am.
So this is dry
Do we have to
rosé
dump? I
from
don't
the
wanna dump.
Alexander
Or chug.
Valley.
It seems like a crime.
And the grape is Sangiovese. And this is, Sangiovese is the main grape in Tuscany used in Chianti.
Okay.
So this would be kind of like a rosé of Chianti, even though it's not from Chianti, but from the Alexander Vineyards in California. And I
Okay.
think that, if I'm not mistaken, this is the first winery that Michael Klauber ever visited.
Oh, really?
In homage to Michael.
Yes. And rosé's had a great year.
Ooh, it's very
Indeed.
fruit forward, Linda. I think you will love this.
Oh, that's the kind I like.
Yes.
The things that taste really good and are fruity.
We appreciate you suffered through the other ones.
Yes.
So you could get to the rosé.
It was hard, but I gave my all.
Oh, that's a Linda wine. That's
Isn't it
my
though?
prediction.
And this is, again, a backyard sit by the pool and
Yeah.
have
And what does this go well with if we wanted to pair this
A
with
glass.
This goes. I brought.
a day that ends in Y, really?
Or a bottle.
It goes well with most ABC TV shows. No,
That's what I noticed as well.
it also goes well with lots of cheeses. I think it is the perfect appetizer, sit and have fun cocktail time.
Yeah, here's my PSA for that rosé. That is so incredibly drinkable.
Yes, it's not overly sweet.
No, not too sweet. No acid on the back.
Yeah.
Very smooth.
And there's a wine rep in town that said, Sean, you have to do this. You have to do this. So kudos to her. for
Yeah,
making
no,
me
I
buy this
agree.
wine 'cause
Yes.
it's delicious.
That is a great one.
All right, and
Oh, I
you've
love
also
this.
brought us a Riesling.
A Riesling.
Moving on to the
So
Riesling.
I'm going to give my quick little personal thing about Riesling. And I get annoyed when people say, oh, I don't like wine. It's too sweet, it's too sweet, it's too sweet. But this is, by and large, a nation that drinks more soda than anyone in the world. And I say to them, you know, you drinking something with your hamburger or whatever that's got more sugar than any Riesling you're going to drink. So this is from a really great producer called Kurt Darding.
Now, would this be considered a drier
This
Riesling?
is an off-dry Riesling.
Off-dry,
so this
okay.
is considered a cabinet. And this is a wine, even though you're not supposed to take a glass to the beach, this is the glass, this is the one to take to the beach.
if
because
one was going to, this
it's
would
gonna
be.
be-
Right. And you could take it in one of those bladder bags. There's ways to do it. I've heard.
Sean, I have a quick question for you as we go into this taste. You make this all very, very accessible. Is this something we could come into Michael's wine cellar and just basically come with the knowledge I don't have and ask you
Absolutely.
and you can bring,
Yeah, I
you
mean,
can enlighten us?
Yeah, this is, yeah, absolutely. And Riesling is, and this is my favorite wine for Thanksgiving.
This is my favorite one.
This has got sugar, it's got acid, it's got pretty fruit, and it's from a great producer from a great region, and it's a single vineyard, and it's a liter bottle.
Oh,
You know what? You have
Kathy,
me.
you and Linda can
Yes.
share it.
Oh, Sean, these are great
Great
suggestions.
gift
Thank you.
ideas.
We're just barely at the tip of the iceberg with all of the great wine suggestions for Mom or for any holiday, really. If you want to find out more, you can visit Sean at Michael's Wine Cellar. You can go see him or go to on the website, michaelswinecellar.com. Coming up next, some last-minute gift ideas for Mom. Let her pamper herself at Cutting Loose. We'll be back with some ideas.
Keep up with the Suncoast. Watch your favorite ABC7 shows on your streaming device.
According to a new survey by U.S. News and World Report, 3 of Alabama's top 4 hotels and resorts are part of the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail Resort Collection. The Grand Hotel Marriott Resort in Point Clear, the Battle House Renaissance Mobile Hotel and Spa, and the Renaissance Birmingham Ross Bridge Golf Resort and Spa. Hey, we didn't invent Southern hospitality. We just offer more of it. Visit rtjgolf.com/resorts to find out more.
This is an ABC7 News Update.
Good afternoon, I'm Jacqueline Matter. Here's what we're working on for 5 o'clock. 2 of the 3 bridges on the island of Venice closed down at the same time. We'll take a look into what happened and how emergency crews handled that chaos. Plus, an update on a former NFL cheerleader's efforts to change the way cheerleaders are treated in the league, how the NFL is now responding. Now let's get a check on our first alert weather forecast with Bob.
Well, keep your umbrellas handy over the weekend. Rain coming into the weather picture. The high pressure, which had been right over the top of us, is now exiting stage right and allowing this trough of low pressure to build in from the south. Look at all the moisture out there. It looks like it's going to stay south, though, on Saturday, but Sunday will be the day that things change big time as far as that rainfall goes. We are anticipating, by the way, some moderate to heavy rainfall at times as this low pressure area settles in right over the state. We'll have much more on the forecast for the weekend and beyond coming up today at 5. See you then.
ABC7 News at 7, weeknights.
Experience the Classical Music Celebration May 11th and 12th at the historic Sarasota Opera House. World-class musicians include guitar duo Charisma, currently touring with Andrea Bocelli. Tickets available online or by phone.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard live up to a set of time-honored principles.
I will always place the mission first. I will never accept defeat. I will never quit. I will never leave a fallen comrade.
Learn more at nationalguard.com.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $15 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand with no surprises and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular has received the J.D. Power Award for highest customer service 4 times in a row. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and start your 30-day risk-free trial today. Call 800-457-2317. Go online or visit a Target store today.
Okay, we're going to round out our great Mother's Day show. We've had Mom laugh, we've had Mom get some wine, and now we're going to help Mom learn to look her best. And who better to ask than the owner of Cutting Loose, Cora, please. Great to have you with us for some last-minute gift ideas. And I know everybody's going to head out this weekend in search of how to make Mom feel special. So what do you recommend?
Well, thank you. The first thing that we have kind of goes with your theme, and we call it Bubbles and Blowouts. It's actually something that we donate to all of our to the fundraisers, but we've created a special package for mom and daughter, or mom and friends. So for $100, they get to come in, get a blow dry, a glass of champagne, and then we have a $50 gift to go along with that.
Okay, and let me interject for the men in the world who don't understand this. There is nothing better than a good blowout, right? I mean, I know men are like, why do you want someone to dry your hair?
I've only learned from this show that that's what the ladies enjoy.
There is nothing better than the great blowout. Give her bubbles and blowout and then take her on a date.
Definitely.
Because she'll look fabulous. And she'll
she's
feel
got to
good.
go somewhere. So
Right, she'll have to show off her new hair. All right, or relaxing at home looks like an option.
I know, so Woodwick is such a great choice for candles. It actually has a wooden wooden wick so it sparkles like a fireplace.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And now they have the diffusers, so just making everything smell great. So you can just put that in a room if you don't want to burn a candle.
Right, it would set the scene for some
Yes.
nice relaxation for Mom. And I know this looks like a weapon, but it is the newest and coolest in curling irons for hair.
Yes.
Coral, show us why this is something we want. Describe what a neuro angle is.
Well, the angle we had presented a couple weeks ago to show how to get those beach waves. So for us, this is really for the consumer, so you can use it as a regular wand, or you bend it because, as I was just talking to Stephanie, to get that beach wave, you have to hold it in horizontally.
Okay, I'm going to move this up. So the best way to get a beach wave, let me pull out a
You
chunk
have
here,
to have the curling iron
is to do it
horizontal.
like
Exactly.
this. So rather than making your arm go like this, now the curling iron is already in the right place
Yes.
to get the beach wave. This is on my mom's wish list. I know it's hard to think about,
that's
but
on mine too.
if your mom or wife has that wavy curls and you always seeing her going like this in the bathroom, she needs neuro waves.
And then the daughters can also borrow it when they're at home.
Yes,
I think that's going to happen in the Carson.
Yeah, exactly. Neuro angle is the correct word for that. That is on our list. And of course, you can find all these great gift ideas at Cutting Loose Salon and so much more. Gift certificates, hair products. Mom does love to be pampered, and it's a gift to let Mom feel good about herself. You can check it all out at cuttingloose.net. Thank you, Coral, and happy Mother's Day to you.
Thank you.
Coming up next, more Mother's Day fun, potentially at the expense of Linda and Kathy.
My credit score was not that great.
I didn't understand what went into my credit score.
It was overwhelming.
Do you want to attain better credit health but don't know where to start? Credit Sesame can help by providing you a free credit score.
I love the app. It's so easy to use. It's like having your own financial coach.
Credit Sesame broke my credit score down into things that I understood, and it made me think, I can do this.
And the awesome thing about Credit Sesame, it's free.
It's 100% free. You don't need to go it alone. Get started today at creditsesame.com.
Since 2004, Embracing Our Differences has used the power of art and education to promote diversity. One way it accomplishes this is through its annual outdoor exhibition of 45 billboard-sized works of art, each accompanied by an inspirational quote. Join us in creating a community that is inclusive for all, where differences are embraced and individuality is celebrated. We invite you to celebrate the voices and visions of diversity and inclusion at this year's exhibit at Sarasota's Island Park.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call. TrueStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
And even if you're on a fixed income, prices fit your budget, starting at less than 32 cents a day. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease. And with no medical tests or health questions, you cannot be turned down for any reason. Call 1-800-842-7189. Now, for a free, no-obligation quote, TrueStage offers plans to fit your budget. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage. Call 1-800-842-7189 now.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish.
It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
I am the resident district manager on the FAU campus for Chartwell. Whenever I see Haley, I do not see a person with a disability. I see a person with extraordinary abilities. Haley is always smiling. She's always on time. She gives fantastic customer service and is always focused on any job that she's given.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to abilitieswork.employflorida.com.
See how your shirt is a little... No, that's the wrong way. All right, push this hair back behind your ear like that.
Now
a little bit closer to her.
Those were some of the happiest days of my life. When Cassie worked here, she was an investigative reporter, and we anchored on weekends together sometimes. And she had been an attorney already for several years and standing on her own feet, but I did my best to help her. And I was having a great time. That was such fun days, right?
I mean, I guess, yeah.
You are the most, like, let it all go person. My daughter would have punched me in the face.
Well, I think that by the end of that, I probably was thinking, like, stop touching me. But she'd always be like, well, you're fine. And then she'd lick her finger and do one of those mom things, you know?
Okay, in my defense, she won several AP awards while she was here as an investigative reporter.
I was going to say for investigative reporting, not for best hair, because we all saw that. Nobody was awarding me best hair back then.
It's amazing. We've heard of like stage mothers, but you had a TV mother. You had a news mother.
Oh, I went on her live shots with her.
Oh,
and I would stand behind the camera and say, fix your hair.
In the beginning, she would make me so nervous. I would be like, please go away. You're making this like, it seems like it's the biggest deal in the world. Like, go away.
Hair's a big deal.
I think this is gold.
She
right
also married her videographer a few years later.
Photographer.
So it was a good live shot.
And it worked
then.
out just fine.
Yes, it did.
This may be my favorite mother and daughter pair ever. We love having you here.
I'm moving next door to her. I can fix everything now.
That just means the stories are going to get better, Joey.
Grandkids, you can fix them.
I smell an ongoing segment.
I do too. The mothering never ends, which actually scares those of us who have a long way to go. All right, we're going to head to the kitchen with Paulette from Spice and Tea Exchange.
Download the all-new ABC7 First Alert Weather app now.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to mesobook.com.
This is an ABC7 News Update.
Hi, I'm Scott Dennis. Here's what's coming up at the top of the hour. 2 shootings in the Newtown community within hours of each other. You can aid police in the search for suspects. In First Alert traffic right now, the DeSoto Bridge is backed up heading north into Palmetto from downtown Bradenton. Southbound lanes a little slow going as well. Back to Bob now for more on the weather.
Thanks, Scott. It's been pretty nice all week, warm too, but things are going to change big time over the weekend as this high pressure ridge, which has been dominating our weather, is going to shift off to the east and weaken, and that will allow a trough of low pressure down to our south to move right up and become an upper level low sitting right over the top of us, and that means a good chance for some much needed rainfall at least, and hopefully getting rid of the little bugs that have been flying around and hitting the windshields. Right now, though, the forecast is calling for little chance for rain through tonight and tomorrow. Better chances on Sunday. Details on the timing of those storms coming up today at 5. See you then.
Get breaking news alerts focused on the Suncoast. Download the ABC7 News app.
This Mother's Day, show a little imagination. How about giving her a relaxing visit to the spa, or an evening out at a fine restaurant, or a weekend getaway at one of our luxurious world-class resorts? You'll find these gifts and more at rtjgolf.com. RTJ gift cards and resort cards are easy to wrap and never go out of style. So whether it's a great meal, or a day at the spa, or a weekend to remember, you will find it at rtjgolf.com/gift cards.
Experience the Classical Music Celebration May 11th and 12th at the historic Sarasota Opera House. World-class musicians include guitar duo Charisma, currently touring with Andrea Bocelli. Tickets available online or by phone.
I heard about the Dottoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dottoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
Who else has been taking your prescriptions? Keep your medicine and your family safe and secure. Mind your meds. To learn how we can help, visit the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids at drugfree.org.
Are you a food lover, restaurant goer, or home cook? Then check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, and helpful step-by-step videos. And you'll love the restaurant guide with direct links to your favorite Suncoast eateries. Whether you're cooking in or dining out, whet your appetite with tasty tips from Chef Judy at mysuncoast.com/dining.
I'm Alan Cohn. The Iranian nuclear deal dead. President Trump claims they cheated, although his top aides say they didn't. And is Rudy Giuliani on his way out already?
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Coming up Monday at 4 on Suncoast View. This week, it's all about the royals. We are kicking off our big royal wedding celebration week, and there's some great ways you can get in on the fun. Suncoast designer Camelin Beth brings us fashion fit for a queen, plus a Suncoast party planner shows us elaborate table settings and decorations that'll dress up any party, plus innovative dining catering joins us in the kitchen.
Welcome back. We're here with Paulette from the Spice and Tea Exchange. What are we making today?
We're going to do a curry salmon. I thought this would be something a little bit different for Mother's Day, out of the ordinary. So we have some bok choy, zucchini. Yeah, and if you want to start chopping the rest of the bok choy.
I think you're supposed to make it smaller.
Notice that we put Mom over by.
You're doing fine.
Linda, what do you know about chopping vegetables?
Seriously, thank you.
You're doing a fine job.
Kathy, do you cook at home? I do have to ask.
Not that much.
Not that much, okay.
I wonder where she got that.
That's why I asked.
Well, I'm going to start adding some of the zucchini in while you do that. And then we will add it to the coconut milk.
Okay. Oh, coconut milk. Nice.
Yes. So it's a coconut milk, and this can be made in so many different.
I'm so excited that it isn't cream.
And you could do a light coconut milk too. You know what? I think that's great. Let me go ahead and put these veggies in here.
Yeah,
I think it's just
grab your tray and
fantastic.
slide it in.
Yeah. So we're going to put the bok choy, the zucchini in here. And then I'll let you even chop the peppers, because I know I kind of took your chopping away a little soon from you.
Well, I think that she was grateful with her mother supervising.
Yes, right, yes. Really.
This is a much nicer Mother's Day dinner idea than some of the more common things, so I love this.
Well, it's different. You know, everyone, we do the breakfast casseroles or the quiches. So this is just something different. And with the spices we're going to add, you can make it as spicy as you want or as, mild. So we're going to use one here. It's called a coconut curry Thai, and this is one that Chef Judy actually keeps on the set.
Oh,
it has
nice.
lemongrass, some really nice flavors. I mean, if you smell
This
it,
is a blend that's available at Spice and Tea.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's an amazing. And what I love so much about Spice and Tea is that the blends are already there, so that I don't have to figure out, the proportions of how to make it right.
Suggested uses, everything, and we're making these
Yes.
fresh daily, and there's a big difference from spices that have sat in warehouses for months and months.
Yeah, to
now
have them
this is our
ground.
Thai red curry that has different kinds of chili flakes. Yes.
Is it fiery?
It is.
Oh yeah, I got a little kick.
It is, yeah.
You can smell the red pepper on the backside.
I like curry, and I like spicy, so I always go a little bit heavy.
But we can tame this depending on how Mom likes
Depending on what Mom
spice.
likes.
Add as little or as much as you want. This is our Vicks garlic that has the shallots and chives in it, so we're going to use that. Go ahead and put the rest of the coconut milk in here too, and let that all start to simmer a little bit. And you did the peppers. Now I will tell you that is a chai pepper. It's Thai hot chili pepper.
So don't rub
So do
my
we
face.
keep
don't rub your eyes.
So the seeds are in. Is that okay?
If you want it less spicy, you take the seeds out.
Okay. I was going to say, Kathy, you may burn us up there.
Yeah, so we're going to put,
All right,
you do?
yeah. All right.
Okay, well this will be fun.
Linda doesn't, so this will be fun.
So, well, we have some other milder side that we can keep to the side for Linda.
All right, so while you get that simmering, let me prepare the asparagus. What should we do with that?
Okay, so you're just going to drizzle that with some of our herb sesame.
Okay, again, a blend is such a great solution.
This is actually one of my favorites. It's kind of hidden in the store. We actually toast the sesame seeds before we make this blend.
Wow.
So it brings the real nutty.
That's really nice.
We put a lot of love for eggs.
And this is my favorite, the sea salt.
Yes. Now,
A little on top?
Yes, a little bit, and then at the end, after it comes out of the oven, we're going to add some more.
Okay,
And
so
we
this is
also-
not ground fine. It's very flaky.
Right. It looks big and chunky, but you could tell it's really delicate. It's a cypress white.
Because it looks really big.
It does.
Right.
This is
It's
interesting.
just, and we also have a black charcoal.
Oh, wow.
So you have the nutrients from the activated charcoal.
So you know what? Spices make everything the difference in the flavors.
They do.
We've got the salmon. We've got the wonderful greens.
Because you're all mothers and I'm not, I'm going to treat you.
Oh,
good. I love this.
Nice.
This goes
Thank
in.
you.
All right, you go visit Paulette from Spice Tea Exchange. You will get the wonderful spice blends and also the recipe ideas for how to incorporate them. Makes everything easier. Okay, I admit I've tried the asparagus. It's amazing. Moms, dig in. Kathy and Linda, always a pleasure. Happy Mother's Day to both of you.
Happy Mother's Day
to all of you.
Oh,
We
I'm
can't
sorry,
wait
have a
to
little
celebrate the royal wedding next week. Please join us. Take time and enjoy the Suncoast view.
Oh, you got to try that.